If you are active in the tech community, you might have heard of this repo, Caveman, or you might have not. By the end of the video, you will know what Caveman is, whether you should include it in your development ecosystem, or is it just a buzzword that's just gaining some hype in the community. So this is the repository or the Caveman. And if we look at the repository stats, you would see it was released just in the start of the April, but at the end of the April, it has gained more than 40k stars. So it definitely has something that is gaining this popularity and love among the community. Let's understand what is Caveman. Caveman is an ecosystem developed by Caveman is a Claude Code plugin developed by a guy named Julius. It combines few other plugins and create the whole Caveman ecosystem. Basically, it says Caveman talk less, remember more, build better. So it combined these two tools. We can also see some examples here. This is how Claude normally think, and this is the effect that it has after using the Caveman. See how much less token it is consuming as compared to the original Claude. And this is the output that Claude gave us, and similarly the compression in the output is same here. So this repository claims to cut 70% of the output token while keeping the technical accuracy. If you see here, it will not affect the tokens that is used to generate the code. It will only affect the tokens that are generated while the LLM is thinking and the output that it gives. Here, they have also added some new mode which cuts 46% of the input. So they have upgraded it to consume less token in both output and input. So we will try to test this claim of 75% cut of output tokens. Here are the featured mode that it has: light mode, full, ultra, and a Chinese mode. So if we scroll down a bit, these are the intensity levels mode, the same that we saw: light, full, ultra. Light is just a little bit of filter. In most of the use cases, it will probably this full mode, and then we have ultra compression for the ultra mode. And it also has this Venyan mode, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It uses Chinese language in the most token efficient written language humans ever invented. That's a new fact to me. Um, this Chinese level also have three levels: light, full, ultra. Although I do not understand Chinese, we will also try to test whether this Chinese language mode is as efficient as it is written here. Let's try by installing it in our ecosystem. So they have given this guide about how we can install it. We can install it using these commands. So I don't have Claude Code installed as a package, but I will be using Claude Code extension to test this. I have this code Claude extension installed, which we will be using to test it. Although we don't have a reliable way to test how many tokens are being used, we can get an idea using this context command. We could see currently I have used 18.k tokens. Let me just write it down. We will try to see how much token are consumed after running a command and see whether it is consuming less token or not. So this is a repository for Sketch2 design that I created. We will try to implement a functionality using Claude. We will first try it with normal Claude without the plugin installed. After that, we will try that Caveman plugin. Now we have this half written implementation of authentication in a repository. So I will tell the Claude to complete this implementation and we will see how much token it will consume. Now it has completed the implementation and we can see that this is the length of the output when we used Claude normally. So now let's install this Caveman plugin in our ecosystem. For that, they have given this install command that we could use for Claude Code, but I have only Claude as an extension in the VS Code, so I will be using Marketplace to add this plugin. Now to add this plugin, I will just write plugin command, manage plugin, marketplace, and I just need to copy this URL for the GitHub repo, paste it here, add, and now we have Caveman set up in our ecosystem. Let's just install it, install for this project. Now we have the Cave Claude plugin installed. First of all, we will try to do this. We will ignore this light mode because it doesn't reduce that much token. We will try this full mode, ultra mode, and this Venian mode. So first, let's try this with full mode. I will open a new chat, Caveman full. Will copy the same prompt and I will just remove all this code that the Claude generated. To be honest, I am not noticing that much of a compression in the tokens. I'm not quite confident whether it will consume that much less of tokens. Let's see how much token it will consume in the end. Yeah, from this end line, I could see some compression in the tokens. Hmm, context. It did implemented the same functionality. It has consumed 29.4k token, which is 3k more than the normal Claude did. So here our Caveman full mode failed to consume less token, but we could not rely too much on this parameter as it could have generated more code or maybe analyzed more of the file. We can't say for sure, but this is the only parameter that we could use to compare it. Now let's ultimate. Now let's activate the Caveman Ultra mode. And I hope this uses less token than this full mode did as it completely crushed my expectations. Now let's activate Caveman Ultra. Now let's try this our Caveman Ultra mode. I will again remove the changes that it did. Copy the same prompt and let's wait and see how much token it consumes. Well, I can see it is writing less words in its sentences, but I don't have too much of an expectation from this as well because I'm not seeing that much of a significant difference. From what I've noticed, only the output that Claude gives, not the one that it thoughts, is the one that is getting compressed. Yeah, see, it just used two words to signal that it has done the task. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how much token it consumed. Context. It used 30k token. That's very weird. I did a bit of research regarding this same, and it turns out Caveman only claims to cutting the output tokens, not the one that are present in this thoughts. This is why we are not seeing that much of a significant difference. There is also one question regarding why it is using more tokens. That is because in each the mode we are feeding more instruction to the Claude. For example, this full mode is sending some instruction to the Claude which are also consuming the tokens. Similarly, the ultra mode might have even more lines of even more lines in the prompt. The ultra mode might have even more lines in the prompt. That is why we are seeing it as 30.6k. So let's just compare the final output. Yeah, it is compact version. Like I could see it is compact. So from what it claims, the output token is compressed, which we can see clearly, but it is not impacting this internal thinking. Well, now let's try this Penyon mode. I will just use this ultra mode to see how much of a difference this the language makes. Well, I am assuming it is currently set up since it's returning the in Chinese. Let's paste the same prompt. Let me first remove this. Yeah, it is not impacting this internal thinking. It is only affecting the output that I can see in the screen. Okay, so we have with the output and it did return in Chinese, but not everything. I think it's keeping the important thing in English itself. Let's check the context. Well, it used 29.4k, less than the ultra mode, but more than the full mode took. We just have to focus on the output as this is what it claims. To be honest, I was expecting a bit more from this repo after hearing about how much love it is getting in the community as you because you can already see it got for about 43k stars in just a month. But I guess I had too much expectation from this, which stems from my lack of understanding of what this repo was actually about. I won't say that this caveman is useless because from what it claims about cutting the output token, it did cut the output tokens. If we took the longer period of time into account, over the time, it will definitely reduce some of the cost, but I'm not sure by how much. And from what I have understood till now, this 75% that we are reducing from the token is actually much less. To conclude, this claim of 75% reduction in output token might be true, but this reduction of 75% tokens is a part of very less percentage of the total tokens that the Claude consumes. This is it for today's video. If you find my video helpful, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on my new videos. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this repository in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.